Hi, my name is Taylor Ann, and my project is over Down syndrome. Um, my specific reason why I chose Down syndrome is because my uncle in South Korea has it, and then I just wanted to research more into it. Down syndrome is a chromosomal disorder, and it happens spontaneously and does not happen through inheritance patterns. Um, you become affected by this disease just randomly. Um, it's it's just random. It's spontaneous. You were diagnosed by prenatal and postnatal diagnosis. So on the screen here you see amniocentesis, which is extracting amniotic fluid for chromosomal analysis. Chorionic villus sampling (CVS), which is taking tissue from the placenta for chromosomal testing, and karyotyping, which is physically examining the appearance of 3 copies of chromosome 21. The chromosome 21 is impacted by the genes from chromosome 21 being duplicated, and I think the genes when they get there's like 200 genes where they get duplicated, and the additional chromosome 21 causes clinical features. The function of the protein that is affected is the amyloid precursor protein, which specifically involves the neuron growth, repair, and signaling, and could lead to Alzheimer's like dementia symptoms seen in older patients with Down syndrome. It impacts the patient by intellectual disabilities such as cognitive impairment, delayed learning skills and speech, physical characteristics such as distinct facial features, increased risk for Alzheimer's disease, and immune system dysfunction, which they are higher risk to infections. The history of Down syndrome starts probably a really long time ago, like over 1,000 years ago, as seen through historical and ancient sculptures, artworks, and skeletal remains. They've been depicted through many, just artifacts. It was first described by John Langdon Down, an English physician, in 1866. He originally coined it as Mongolism, but that's not the official term anymore due to the negative connotations around that. He characterized individuals by their unique facial features, along with their learning disabilities and delays in development. A scientist who is known for the work on the disease is Jerome Lejeune, I think, who is a French geneticist who discovered that Down syndrome is caused by an extra copy of chromosome 21, rather than I guess like previous thinking, and he specifically clarified the understanding of the condition, which later influenced the field of genetics. So symptoms and treatments of Down syndrome is physical symptoms such as distinct facial features and body characteristics, developmental symptoms such as intellectual disabilities, delayed speech, memory challenges, and slower motor skills development, medical symptoms such as increased risk to infections, hearing and vision issues, and neurological conditions such as Alzheimer's disease. So for the treatments, Down syndrome is incurable, but there is ways to drastically improve the quality of life for the individual. Some treatments are therapies such as physical and speech therapies, and special educational programs with an inclusive educational setting, healthy diets and lifestyle homes. So for exercising as well, and consistent medical checkups. The incidence rate of Down syndrome is worldwide is 1 in every 1,000 to 100 to 1,100. In 2019, there was approximately 1,580,000 individuals diagnosed with Down syndrome. Specifically in the U.S., it's 1 in every 700 live births. Current research contributing to the treatment or cure of Down syndrome is for example, AEF 0217 molecule trial, which is developed by Aelis Pharma, which shows promise in addressing the cognitive decline associated with Alzheimer's disease. And senolytic drug research, which is the treatment of Down syndrome-derived neuroprogenitor cells with senolytic drugs such as dasatinib and quercetin, which might be potential therapeutic options for patients, according to Fady Riad, the CEO of consulting firm Centurion Life Sciences. Specifically, research for Down syndrome has come a long way. In 1960, the average life expectancy for a patient with Down syndrome was 10 years, which to today's standards is 60 years. So what I learned from this project was that genetic diseases are caused by multiple different types of mutations, and not just through inherited genes. And even small genes in DNA, such as for example, of Down syndrome, an extra single chromosome affects the whole body, which just shows me how genetic plays an important role in development of the body. I also learned that the severity of symptoms can vary from person to person. While I was researching, I learned very many different statistics. I think an interesting one to learn was there's a difference between, life expectancy rates between people who have Down syndrome in the UK or like the EU, I guess, compared to the US. And I noticed that most of the developments toward Down syndrome is through the focus on treatments over a cure, and that the research for Down syndrome is constantly evolving over time. And then same statistic, as seen through the ever increasing life expectancy for patients with Down syndrome compared to the 60s. These are my sources cited in APA style. And, that is it. Thank you.